From Williams Stadium on the campus of Liberty University in Lynchburg, Virginia, it's the Division IV Virginia High School League State Football Champions. Briarwood's Falcons from Ashburn, Virginia make their third trip in 3 years to this state championship game, having won the last two, looking for the three-peat. They play the Heritage Pioneers out of Lynchburg, just down the road here, almost a home game for them, even though the Pioneers are the visitors as far as the scoreboard goes. They have played in 2 state championship games, won in 2002 and lost in 1997. Hello, everybody. I'm Bruce Bornarth along with Taylor Jensen. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. Had a thrilling, exciting game earlier today in a rematch in the Division III game. The Brookville Bees beat the James Monroe Yellow Jackets 24-14 to win their second state championship in as many years, Taylor. This one, Briarwood's a 2-point win last year. Heritage hasn't been here in a while, but this, nonetheless, is just 2 high-powered offenses on the field.
Yeah, without a doubt, this is going to be an offensive showcase, one would expect, just based off of the talents that each team has. A lot of very good athletic, skilled players on both sides of the ball and on both teams. And really, Briarwoods, we already saw 1 repeat today from Brookville. We're looking to see a 3-peat today from Briarwoods, and every year it's been a different opponent. We haven't seen any rematches, but you can imagine that Heritage is wanting to be the new kid on the block and beat the bully that has been dominating Division IV.
Which has been Ashburn, Virginia, the bully you speak of. If you look back over the past 4 years, Briarwoods has won the previous 2 state championships at this level in Division IV. Before that, Broad Run from Ashburn won the 2 prior to that. And if you throw in Stonebridge, who won the Division V state championship the year before that, it's 5 in a row and counting right now for Northern Virginia, and specifically Ashburn, Virginia.
Yeah, I mean, you really can't deny the dominance that has just been displayed from Ashburn, Virginia. And speaking of dominance, I mean, we're going to get a chance to look here at some of the players for each team, some individual accomplishments from guys on both teams. And really, first up, the one we're going to go ahead and start off with Heritage, Javante Parrish, which is Heritage's quarterback. He's 136 for 237 on passing attempts, 2,292 passing yards, 27 touchdowns, Bruce. And he's getting almost 177 yards a game through the air. He's also run the ball 261 times for just under 1,500 yards, and he's also got 17 rushing touchdowns. So this guy is dynamic. He is the pure definition of playmaker, and he's a senior, so he's going to want to go out on top this year. The next guy we got up on the list is going to be number 6, DeMonte Elliott. He's a wide receiver. 32 catches this year for 516 yards, 9 touchdowns, and he's getting just over 16 yards per catch. So this is a guy that is a favorite target for Parrish, and they are going to look to connect a lot today and really force this Briarwood secondary to keep up with the speed and athleticism that they display on a weekly basis. I mean, this Heritage football team is known for their speed and for their ability to attack you through the air. They run a nice little spread offense as well. And for Briarwoods, we've got them on the flip side. They've got their fair share of players, Bruce. I mean, we've been able to be fortunate enough to cover a significant amount of their games. And one guy that really sticks out is number 7, Trace McSorley, junior quarterback. He's been starting since he was a freshman. 159 for 237 passing attempts this year. 2,462 passing yards, 32 passing touchdowns. Oh, and by the way, he's also got 633 yards rushing and 7 touchdowns that way, too, on 79 carries. So this is a guy that is just as dynamic of a playmaker.
And, oh, by the way, he's only a junior. The kid's record is 41-3 in his career, and Briarwoods has won 28 in a row.
And then one of his favorite targets is number 4, Cam Serenay, the senior tight end. And he's got 9 carries this year for 80 yards, 51 catches for 885 yards, 10 touchdowns, and by the way, he's also got a passing touchdown. And let's not leave out the fact he's Wake Forest bound. This kid is going big-time college football, and that's something that Briar Woods has a lot of is kids who are getting offers to go to the next level. And these guys have won 2 straight. Trace McSorley, and every year he's been playing, they've won a state championship.
He is 2 for 2, looking to make it 3 for 3. And as we said, he is only a junior at this point. Heritage, 1 loss on the season. That loss coming to Brookville earlier this year.
And by the way, Brookville is the team we just watched win their 2nd state championship.
Briarwood's undefeated on the season on, like we said, a 28-game winning streak. They haven't lost, has Briarwood's since week 1 of last year when they lost to who, by the way? Broad Run. Not a shabby way to go. Captains were out on the field. We had the coin toss. Briarwood's won the toss. They elected to defer their option. They will kick off to begin this game here today. Beautiful evening. Sun starting to set a little bit here. Bruce Bornarth, Taylor Jensen, thank you so much for joining us here this afternoon. Glad you could be with us here on VHSL.com.
And boy, this is going to be an exciting game. Heritage, I mean, they're from just 5 minutes up the road here. So they're going to be traveling well. This is going to be an electric atmosphere from them tonight.
Nick LaFranchi set to kick off. Briarwood's kicking right to left. State championship underway. Javante Parrish from the 5, near side, heads back towards the middle, cuts across the 20 and cut down at the 24-yard line. 1st and 10 Heritage at their own 24.
Boy, Javante Parrish, just a guy who really does it all. I mean, he's their quarterback, and now he's returning kickoffs too.
Why not? The kid's got almost 4,700 yards, 2,300 yards passing, almost 1,500 yards rushing.
That's just
come
ridiculous.
On now.
That's ridiculous.
That's a career. It takes 3 guys to have a career like that.
I don't care what level you do that at. The fact that you put up those kind of numbers just speaks volumes to the talent level that you possess.
You want popcorn? Javante will go get it for you as well in between plays. He starts in the shotgun, sends trips right to the left side. 1 receiver low side. Man-to-man coverage, 1 safety. That's McSorley. Quarterback keep. Strung out nicely by Mike Barta and dropped there.
And boy, Mike Barta is one of the guys for Briar Woods that he's one of the guys you could label as a momentum playmaker. Makes big tackles, makes smart plays when you need him the most.
Loss of 1 on the play, 2nd and 11, just underway, opening drive. Division IV state championship game. This time trips come to the right. That's our side. Ball's on the far hash mark. Parrish in the shotgun, 1 back in the backfield. Briarwood shows blitz. Here they come. Parrish on a roll right. Tosses it up towards the sideline, out of bounds and incomplete. Intended there for Ashante Rosser.
Well, boy, Cam Serenay came off that edge really hard from his defensive end position and really put a lot of pressure on the quarterback for Heritage. Parrish really had nowhere to go. Made the attempt to pass it down the field, but really just nothing there.
No huddle out of Heritage. Empty backfield for Parrish. Trips right, deuces left. Out of the shotgun on 3rd and 11 here. Javante Parrish to throw. Straight back, looking left all the way. Under heavy pressure. Lets it fly deep down the field. Knocked away by J.T. Logan. Here comes a penalty flag on the play. Pass was intended there for Taquante Sims. See what this flag is.
I think we might be looking at a pass interference call, so
I thought Logan had a hand on it.
Possibly of moving the chains here.
They will call pass interference against the Falcons. It looked to me like J.T. Logan had a hand on it, but the referee is right there, and I'm 6 stories up.
Well, that's a costly penalty for Briarwoods because they really were sitting pretty. The opening of the game, forcing a 3 and out. Exactly what you want to do defensively.
From the 38 now, 1st and 10. Javante Parrish, the quarterback. He sends 3 to the right. Briarwood shows blitz. Here comes Serenay up the middle. The give. First carry of the game. Elijah Gallagher checked at the running back.
And Bruce, I tell you, a lot of people were questioning whether or not Briarwoods would really suffer at the loss of Matt Rowland. And we see here on the replay, they're not suffering at all. Their linebackers and defensive front just make great plays, even without one of their top playmakers. You see 2 defensive linemen in there, a linebacker, a corner. Everybody swarms to the ball. Even though Matt Rowland's on the sideline, Briarwoods isn't skipping a beat.
5-man line for the Falcons. Here comes a blitz again. Parrish down the far sideline. Tipped away by Mitch
Chrisfalusi.
Yeah, I got all hung up. Mitch Chrisfalusi, great defensive play, almost came away with the pick.
And he wanted it too, and you could hear all the Briarwoods fans on our side just wanting it. You could hear the moans and the groans, but great defensive play there to break up that pass, because had that been a reception, boy, Heritage would be sitting pretty deep in Briarwood's territory.
3rd and 12 now for the Pioneers of Heritage High School. Javante Parrish is the quarterback. He's in the shotgun. Pump fake, rolling right now, looking downfield, tosses it up towards the sidelines, incomplete. Pass intended once again for Ashante Rosser. It's 4th down now and a punting situation.
Well, Rosser was wide open, and unfortunately, Parrish just overthrew him. I mean, it was there. That was a 1st down waiting to happen. So Briarwoods gets a lucky break that it was just a miscue, and now they're going to get possession, and hopefully they'll be able to respond.
Shante Rosser to punt. Daryl Gadsden, Tristan Miller deep to receive. Punt from the 25. It's a high, short kick, headed towards the sidelines, hits at the 35, hangs a left, and goes out of bounds. Falcon football on their own 45-yard line. First possession upcoming for Briarwoods. No score, 10-02 left to go, first quarter. Division IV state championship game.
Now, Bruce, we're just going to go over some things real quick, some keys to the game for both teams that they really need to do to win. And for Heritage, they got to stop the run. Also got to pressure McSorley, and like it says right here, in Parrish we trust. They got to be able to put the ball in Parrish's hands and make plays. Briarwoods play disciplined defense, offensive balance, and apply pressure early.
Trace McSorley is the junior quarterback. He's in the shotgun, flanked to the left by the running back, Corey Calder. On 1st and 10, motion from the right. Inside handoff, Calder, up the middle for a few, out to the 38-yard line. That's a pickup of 3.
Now, Calder is going to be a guy that the Heritage defense is going to have to stop. If you manage to slow up Calder, then that eliminates one of the many facets of this Briarwoods offense. And we saw him last week, Bruce, he was put up near 240 yards. I mean, he was unstoppable. So Heritage is going to have to shed blocks and get him to the ground.
2nd and 7 after the 1st down carry. Trace McSorley, he stays in the shotgun. Headed right, left in front of us. Miller in motion from the left. McSorley on the keep. Right side, 1st down and more, almost out to midfield. Down just shy of midfield. That's a 1st down for the Falcons.
And that's a problem you face when you're up against the Falcons, is the dual threat Trace McSorley has. You see here on the run, he can take it upfield, hit the hole hard, and get you a 1st down with his feet. And then I'm sure at some point we'll see today him dropping back and beating you with his arm, throwing the ball over the top. So this is a guy you've also got to keep in check. A lot of weapons in the blue uniforms tonight.
3-man defensive line for the Pioneers. Trips come left. 2 deep safeties. Miller motion again. McSorley's going to keep it again right side. 2 or 3 yards. You know, one thing, Taylor, that you can say about Briarwoods, they've had the good fortune that their offensive line has stayed healthy and intact basically all season.
Exactly. And, you know, we saw a few years ago in Briarwood's first state championship, you see the replay here of that offensive line getting the push. But 3 years ago when Briarwoods won their first state championship, or 2 years ago I should say, they were riddled with injuries, and they still managed to squeak it out. This year they've had the really fortunate events of just being healthy all season long, so it really helps their team gel together.
2nd and 7, first quarter, 8 minutes left to go. McSorley, first pass of the game, swings it out to Corey Calder in the right flat. Calder bounces across inside the 45-yard line to the 43. 3rd and 3 left.
And this is what we talked about. McSorley can find the open man. In that case, it was Corey Calder making the great play, just getting about 7 yards or so. McSorley makes the right reads on offense too. So this Heritage secondary really has their work cut out for them. The defensive line, I'm liking what I'm seeing so far, but it's really the secondary has got to come up with stops and eliminate. One side of the defense has to eliminate a facet of the Briarwoods offense.
Heritage playing that 3-4 defense. 2 safeties, man on the wideouts. From the gun, McSorley. It's Colder again. This time he's stacked up at the line of scrimmage and driven straight backwards.
Shapiro Keeling there on the tackle, and I tell you what, that's what you want to do with Corey Colder. Hit him early. Look at this, shedding the block, getting in there, makes a great hit. Colder's got nowhere to go, and it was a great job of him tackling him low at the legs. So you can't keep those legs moving, Bruce. We've seen a lot of guys try to tackle him high, and if you try to do that with Corey Colder, his upper body strength is just going to push you off right away.
Offense stays on the field on 4th and 4. McSorley goes up under center. This looks like it's going to be a hard count. Try to draw him off sides. We'll see if they actually run a play here or not. McSorley steps back. We may see him punt out of this formation or just take the penalty. And that's it. McSorley's going to drop back, take the punt, head it towards the end zone. Hits it to 5, at the 10, rolls in. And what a play at the 1-yard line to keep it from going into the end zone. Who is that? Cam Serenay.
Wow, what a heads-up hustle play there to keep it in. Kudos to him. And then, of course, you got Brandon Polk scooting in to save it real quick. Now Heritage really pinned in deep, and so they are in a tough situation here because Briarwood's defense, I mean, you look at that defensive line, those are some big boys. If you don't push them off, you're only about 1.5 yards away, Bruce, from giving up a safety, which is 2 points on the ball for Briarwoods.
Inside the 2-yard line for the Pioneers. See what Javante Parrish and crew have in mind here. Parrish goes under center this time. 3 backs in the backfield. Tailback straight ahead. Not much running room, maybe 0.5 yard or so. That's Ashante Rosser with the carry. Rosser, forward progress out to the 3.
And Trey Germany just plugging up holes there. And you see there, JT Bailey, or I'm sorry, not JT Bailey, JT Logan, just getting into the backfield and making plays.
I know a JT Bailey.
Yeah, that's when I was playing for Briarwood.
Yeah. Under center again now. Again, Rosser left side across the 5, fighting his way out towards the 6 or 7 yard line. Little more breathing room on 3rd down. That sets up 3rd and 5.
Now, Bruce, here's a situation where you got to wonder, okay, do we throw it and give our quarterback a chance to either make a play through the air or if it breaks down with his legs, or are you trying to run it and just create space for your punter to get it out?
No, you're trying to get a 1st down. 3rd and 5. Parrish under center. He's going to keep it. Look out! He threw it down on the ground, picked up as a fumble into the end zone. What's the call? What's the call? Touchdown! Briarwood's Falcons. Let's see what the penalty flag is. Is this maybe intentional grounding, actually? This may be an intentional grounding call. That was picked up by Josh Jacob at the 2, and he just walked into the end zone. We'll see what the referees say about this.
Or Nick Merletti there.
He was I think Parrish was in the end zone or very close to it when he went to throw the ball forward just to get rid of it and prevent the safety. We'll see what the referee has to say. Believe that is illegal forward pass, and it is a safety because it was not a touchdown. So it's an illegal forward pass, not a fumble, and it's a safety. Now that might be a pretty heads-up play by Parrish if he knew the situation. See, he's in the end zone and throws it out.
Yeah, and you know, he, regardless of if it was illegal forward pass at all, his knee was down anyway, so there was going to be a safety. I mean, there was no denying it. So Briarwood's getting 2 points now, and Heritage has to punt, not kickoff. They got to punt it to Briarwood, so Briarwood is going to get great field position. So this is a really nice turn of events for Briarwoods to open up the game, and really it's a way to build momentum too. That was a tough break for Heritage because they got pinned in so deep. But, man, you know if you're Briarwoods, you'll take it.
That's like the lesser of two evils kind of thing. If you're Heritage, you know, Parrish, it's a heads-up play actually to do that and get rid of it and only give up 2 instead of giving up 6.
Right.
And potentially 7.
Right. You would definitely rather do that than to, and give your defense a fighting chance to maybe get a stop and keep it at 2-0 than go into an early 7-point hole.
Now Heritage has their option to punt or kickoff style off of a tee from the 20-yard line. If you kick it off of the tee, you can onside kick in this situation if you should ever choose to do so. Just a little bit of ruleology. How's that for terminology?
Ruleology.
Huh?
From the mind of Bruce Bornarth, ladies and gentlemen.
Who knows where that's going to take you?
Tweeter.
2-0 Falcons over the Pioneers early. 5:16 left to go first quarter. We saw Brookville win back-to-back state championships in the earlier game. Beat James Monroe 2 years in a row. James Monroe had beaten Brookville twice prior to that. Ryan Sullivan to kick it off of the tee at the 20. Has it set on the far hash mark. He kicks left to right. Headed towards the sideline, hits at the 40, takes it right and goes out of bounds.
Great idea, or great heads-up play there by Brandon Polk to not pick it up. He recognized it was going out of bounds, and luckily it got out of bounds in time because there's a Heritage guy closing in on it pretty quick. Had he scooped that up, Brandon Polk would have been kicking himself.
Now, this is line of scrimmage. Since it was kicked out of bounds, will be, I believe, the 45-yard line because the kickoff came from the 20, not the 40. So normally you would see on a kickoff from the 40-yard line, if it goes out of bounds, then you get it at the 35. Now you get it at the other team's 45 because they kicked from the 20. You do the math.
I'd prefer not to. Math was never my strong suit. But here Briar Woods definitely winning the battle of field position early on. I mean, you look at where they're taking it right now. They're already inside Heritage territory.
McSorley under center this time. Serenay in motion. Handoff Colder. Ahead to the 40, inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. Taylor, you go back to that last Briar Woods possession and the sack in the backfield, and how impressive is it with a three-man rush to have that kind of movement?
I mean, when you got a three-man rush, you see a replayer from Corey Calder getting the nice gain there. But when you got a three-man rush and you're able to put that kind of pressure on the quarterback, that doesn't just mean, oh, they're strong. You know what? That means they got some speed up front, too, because they're making 5 offensive linemen miss every single one of them and chase them.
Darius Thurman anchors the middle there on the nose for Heritage. Polk coming left on the sweep, looking for a block. Got 1 block. Didn't get 2 blocks. Needed 3 blocks.
Yeah, he got stuck running east to west there because there was really nowhere to go. You see Brandon Polk, nice little stiff arm here on the replay, and can't really get an opportunity to turn up field. So you almost got to settle for, a 1 or 2 yard gain.
3rd and 2 from the 37. And another thing that contributes, offensive lines in high school, there's not many high schools that play a D line of 3 men. So that confuses the offense sometimes too. And you might have big guys on offense, but if they don't know who to block and they're just standing around, what good do they do you there? 3rd and 2 now. McSorley stays under center this whole drive. Hand off Calder. Close to first down at the 35. This will depend on the spot. He needed to get inside the 35.
It looks like he's going to be just short based off where the marker is. Oh, they might measure it here. Oh, 4th down.
4th down. McSorley under center. Now on that 3-man line, you get a push right side. McSorley has the first down inside the 35. There's a situation on a quarterback sneak where you just outnumber the defensive line.
Right, and when you have an offensive line that gets that kind of a push, the odds are in your favor to get those needed 2 to 3 inches for the first down. And Trace McSorley, we've seen him throughout the year. He's been able to run, and he's a powerful runner too, so he can get behind his blockers and give them the push so he can keep going forward.
3:40 left to go first quarter. 2-0 Briar Woods off of the safety lead. McSorley shotgun. Play action. Looking for Ramos. Ramos on a little comeback route. Makes the catch at the 25-yard line. Devin Ramos ran a route, drove the defender deep, then cut back 2 yards. That's a timing play.
It was a great read there by McSorley. Devin Ramos, a guy who we've seen really progress year by year and just improve every year, and you can tell how much work he's putting in. You see McSorley dropping back here, nice little setup, wide open there for Ramos. Good
coverage to Quante Sims. It's hard to cover a timing route like that when a guy breaks out of his route and the ball's already there. I formation. Polk in motion. Colder. Off of the blocks inside the 20 to the 17. Corey Colder reads his blocks as well as any back you'll see.
Yeah, he just has one of those natural feels for it. You see here, I mean, the hole's not there, cuts it back, sees the opening, manages to get the first down. He's just a guy who has the feel and the peripheral vision needed to be able to see openings in the line, and it really causes fits for defenses. Corey Colder is just one of those backs. He can also just pound it into you. He's very strong.
First down, Falcons inside the Heritage 20. Timeout called on the field by Briarwoods as the play clock was starting to run down a little bit. Fans, today's championship game is being streamed live online at VHSLnetwork.com. You can watch a complete replay of this contest on demand at your leisure from the comfort of your own recliner. Visit VHSLnetwork.com for more exciting coverage of Virginia High School League Championship events. And you know, Taylor, VHSL does such a good job now of covering all the events, and it's not just the flagship football. It's year-round. I know that all of the games this fall and other championships were covered. You went and covered some lacrosse, I believe.
I got a chance to do field hockey. I did volleyball, all these things. In VHSL, I mean, they are really dedicated to, for lack of a better term, exposing these kids, getting them the exposure, you know, broadcasting games and letting people watch it on the internet and TV. They've really become a dedicated organization to these kids.
More to come this winter. Today wraps up the football season as 3 more state champions are crowned. 3 were crowned earlier today. Divisions 1, 3, and 5. This is 2, 4, and 6. McSorley's going to keep it. Dropped back at the 20-yard line in to make the stop for Heritage. Rasheem Lane.
You see the replay here. The fake man in motion, and Trace McSorley just taking it right up the middle, but really that Heritage defense just holding tough, shedding the blocks and manages to get hands on him.
2nd and 10 now. About to go under 2.5 minutes in the first quarter. McSorley going to throw, rolling right, has Serenay. Serenay's inside the 15 to the 14, a little drag route across the middle. That's hard to cover.
Yeah, I mean, especially when you got so many different options you got to worry about, too. I mean, Cam Serenay is just one of many that you got to worry about, and so the secondary almost has to compensate for it. And as a result, Cam Serenay just finds himself wide open.
3rd and 5 left, just inside the 15. Falcons driving the end zone to the left. 3 receivers come to the low side, 2 to the top. Far hash mark. McSorley empty backfield. Square out inside the 10. Has it complete. Devin Ramos down at the 6. 1st and goal, Falcons.
And Briarwood's just showing a lot of efficiency in their offensive attack. They're managing the clock well, just trying to eat time away and keep this potent Heritage offense off the field. And they're just getting into an offensive rhythm. That's all they're doing this first quarter.
Ramos, lone receiver to the left. 2 receivers to the right. Handoff Serenay. Serenay fighting his way towards the goal line. Cam Serenay inside the 1.
And boy, I got to admit, even I fell for that fake there. I thought the ball was going to the outside. Cam Serenay goes right up the gut and ends up 1 yard away from pay dirt. He's a good runner. I mean, the size that he possesses, it's going to be tough for just one guy to bring him down. You see 2 Heritage defenders having to get hands on him.
2nd and goal from the 1 yard line. Full house backfield now. Corey Colder, the deep back. Shift power to the right side. McSorley's going to keep it. McSorley scores. Touchdown, Briarwood's Falcons. Trace McSorley, quarterback sneak, 1 yard.
And that's rushing touchdown number 8 on the year for Trace McSorley. And again, you just see him get right behind his blockers, and they pave the road for him to get right into pay dirt. And now Briarwoods is up 8-0, and then pending the extra point could be 9-0.
Briarwood's that swinging gate formation. They stay in the gate. Now they close the door and latch it. Nick LaFranchi is the kicker. He's had a busy season. Heritage of Briarwood's put up a lot of points this season. Right-footed soccer-style kicker, kicking towards the scoreboard. McSorley, the quarterback, the holder. It's on the way. It's good. 51 seconds left here in the quarter. Falcons extend their lead 9-0 over the Heritage Pioneers. This is championship action on the VHSLnetwork.com.
Oh, she's college material, that's for sure.
You think?
Oh, look at that nose. 4, maybe 5 years, housing, meal plans, fees. Oh, yeah. That nose says, a bajillion bucks in 18 years.
You get all that from a nose?
She's gonna be expensive.
Be prepared for the tuition monster. Visit Virginia529.com and see why it's the nation's largest 529 college savings plan.
Oh my, that chin has grad school written all over it.
Bruce Bornarth, Taylor Jensen, Liberty University, home of the Flames. Beautiful setting, beautiful stadium. It's just picturesque. You know, we could take pictures and put this on our Christmas cards. LaFranchi, short kick, hits it to 20. Takes a roll inside to 15. Picked up there, straight up the field, on his feet. Still moving across midfield and stumbling down to the 45-yard line. What a return by Antoine Comer.
My goodness, that was just a great heads-up play. It looked like early on it was going to break down because he had trouble handling the return off the catch. But, man, once he got that initial first block, he had nothing but wide open field in front of him.
Had he not tripped on that 50-yard line stripe, Comer might have scored. 1st and 10 Heritage at the Falcon 45. Far hash mark, Parrish brings a man in motion from the left. He'll roll right, rolling right, rolling right. Lets it fly high, incomplete, and tipped in the air. A couple of players had a shot at it off of the deflection. DeMonte Elliott, one of them. Elliott, the productive wideout for these Heritage Pioneers.
And these Heritage receivers have got to be making these catches because they're rarely ever going to find themselves untouched on these receptions. Briarwood is going to try and lay hands on him the second the ball touches them. And they're going to have to learn to make catches under duress. Great read by Parrish.
2nd and 10 now from the 45. Parrish reverse, comes back the other way. Inside the 40, down to the 39-yard line is Shante Rosser.
Shante Rosser, the ball carrier.
And that's a guy that Heritage can really use. We see the replay here, turning it upfield, manages to break away from some of those defensive ends. And Trace McSorley stepping up and making the tackle from his safety position.
6 yards on the carry. Parrish in the shotgun. 2 receivers either side.
And that's the end of the first
that will end the first quarter. Briarwood's Falcons 9, Heritage Pioneers yet to score. This is the championships on the VHSLnetwork.com.
Buy a DVD of this or any of the Virginia High School League championships at VHSLnetwork.com.
Third and 5 Heritage as we begin the second quarter, just inside the Falcon 40-yard line at the 39. Ball's on the near hash mark. Parrish, motion from the left again. Rolling short side, looking to throw. Incomplete, overthrew his man. Had a receiver open, Jolito Rivera. Coverage by Daryl Gadsden.
And we've seen this year, I don't want to say one of the weak points of the defense, but one of the aspects of Briarwood's defense that has struggled to maintain coverage is the secondary. I mean, last week we saw against Cortland them give up some almost costly plays had they connected.
4th and 4 left. Offense stays on the field. Long, hard count. They look to the sideline now, try to draw the Falcons off. Not going to happen. And Heritage will have to call their first timeout with 11:54 left to go in the quarter. What do you think of that strategy? To me, if that's going to cost you, it doesn't work that often. If that's going to cost you a timeout, I don't know how much I care for that.
Yeah, I don't really know. I mean, I think that Heritage needs to, be in full-on attack mode, not try to play, kind of games to fool Briarwoods or anything like that. Just play football. Let your guys go out there and play some smash mouth football. They have the tools to do it. I mean, Parrish is just an absolute stud. Like you said before the game, he's accounted for roughly 3,500 yards total offense this year. Let him get the ball in his hands and just go after him.
Fans, you can purchase a DVD copy of this game online at VHSLnetwork.com. You can enjoy the memories of this special occasion forever. Keep them. It's fun to re-watch over and over again. 4th down, the offense stays on the field. 4th and 4. Parrish is going to keep it. Lets it fly. Incomplete. Intended right side for Austin Fitzgerald. Falcons take over on downs.
And that's a catch that has to be made by Fitzgerald.
He was open.
Right through his hands. That would have kept the chains moving, and he could have even got a few yards after the catch for it. Unfortunately, just unable to connect, and now Briarwoods has the ball right back in their hands.
Good field position at the Falcon 39-yard line. That's a gutsy call right there in this situation, only down 9.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I personally like the call. It was there, but they just didn't connect on it.
McSorley out of the shotgun. Polk comes into motion from the right. Handoff Colder. Colder through the line. Across the 40 to the 46-yard line. Corey Colder has been on fire these past 2 weeks. We saw last week he went for over 2, and he looked possessed last week.
Yeah, he really did. I mean, we see here 2 guys get hands on him, and it wasn't until a second guy got some contact with him that he went down. I mean, this is a guy who just plays like you said, a man possessed.
2nd and 3. Give him 7 on 1st down. It's Colder again. Big hole right side across midfield and down at the 47, 48-yard line. Last week the Wake Forest coaches were there scouting the playoff game last week between Briarwoods and Cortland. And I went and told the guy, I said, look, you need to keep your eye on number 6. 6 can play, and he can play at your level.
And we see right there just the Heritage defensive line. They've got to start shedding blocks to be able to slow him up, because Briarwood's bread and butter is running the ball. They like to run to set up the passing game.
1st and 10 now. Colder, left side, following blockers inside the 45. Driven backwards there. Up leading the way for Lynchburg. Heritage, Sean Garland.
A lot of blue and orange out here in the crowd tonight. Both teams, that's their colors, navy blue and orange.
Briarwood's white helmets, navy jerseys, and the white pants. Heritage, a lot of orange down there. 2nd down. It's Corey Colder again, straight ahead. Colder, short of the 1st down at the 39.
And In that first quarter, McSorley and Corey Calder combined for 35 yards rushing, so they're on pace for a nice little day out at running the ball, and Trace McSorley 4 for 4. Javante Parrish, he's 0 for 5, but, I mean, don't let that fool you. He's hit guys and made the right reads. They just haven't been able to connect, so just give him some time, and he'll start connecting, believe me.
Timing jitters. 3rd and short. Calder again. Why not? It's been successful. He's in the 30, inside the 35 to the 34.
The last, I believe, 4 or 5 plays has been exactly this, like you see on the replay. Him just getting the ball and dragging about 4 or 5 white jerseys with him. They've got to slow him up if they want to get back into this game and slow up this Briarwoods attack.
If it's not broken, don't fix it. Don't mess with it. 1st and 10 Falcons. Trips left. Inside handoff Calder. Stopped in the backfield. Nice play. Great tackle made there by Andrew Griffin.
Andrew Griffin, one of the seniors on this Pioneer football team, made a great jump on the play there and got Calder in the backfield. So now you see 2nd and let's say a short 11 for Briarwoods. So that was a much needed play from the Pioneers. They've got to keep making plays like that, and they will be doing just fine the rest of the evening.
Loss of 1 on the play. 2nd and 11 now. 8.5 to go first half. McSorley rolling right. Batted at the line of scrimmage and down.
And boy, number 50 from Heritage, Jocelyn Huckabee, he almost came up with that off of the tip. I mean, he almost came away with the interception, which would have been huge.
Looked like Tyron Tracy with the tip. His defensive end spot. 3rd and 11. Sun's starting to set here. Lights are on, have been on for a while. Pistol formation. Corey Calder, the deep back. McSorley, straight drop. Square out, complete. Cam Serenay inside the 25 to the 23. That's a first down. See Serenay dance the sideline?
We'll see here on the replay. Look at that. Came up with the catch, signaling for the first down. He's a man on a mission too. Just another day at the office for big old Cam Serenay.
Cam, a senior on this team. He's been a part of both state championship teams. 3 appearances. 1st and 10 now. Pitched. Wide side Calder looking for blocking. Down to the 15-yard line.
I'm liking these play calls by Briarwood, just really doing a good job of just managing the clock, a good balance of running the ball, passing the ball when needed. And Corey Calder getting a nice little pitch there to the outside. And that's the thing I like about Briarwood's offensive attack as far as running the ball is they can run it up the middle or outside. In the first game today, we saw everything going outside the hash marks. Today, we're seeing a lot of up the middle and mixing it up.
1 back, McSorley under center. Serenay motion from the right. It's Calder following Serenay's block. Inside the 15, 2 yards to the 13.
And number 3 for Heritage there on the tackle, that's Uriah Hammond. He's one of the other seniors on this team.
Timeout for a measurement as they head to the sideline. 7:17 left to go here in the opening quarter. Briarwood's leading 9-0 over to Heritage. Falcons on the march and driving once again. Today's championship game is being brought to you in part by the Virginia 529 Savings Plan. You can learn more about the Virginia 529 Savings Plan by visiting them online at virginia529.com or on Facebook at facebook.com/VA529. I got this one figured out here, Taylor. See, when you go to .com, you got to spell the whole word Virginia. When you just go on Facebook, you just got to put the VA. How's that?
He's getting technologically savvy. The day he can work a soundboard and everything, will be the day pigs fly.
It's not first down, but Chris Larco takes the handoff and does get the first down near the 10-yard line. Chris Larco's first carry of the game.
Larco on the carry.
Larco just a junior, 5'11", 185.
Devontae Elliott.
First and goal just at the 10-yard line.
Larco, just another one of those guys. It's almost like they're all interchangeable there in the backfield because they can all make plays. And hey, look at this. Number 87, Mark Birmingham, the freshman, coming into the game.
He lines up tight end right. Now he shifts with Serenay left side. Corey Coulter, the only back in the backfield. Devin Ramos up on the line. Play clock running down, so Briarwoods calls timeout. A little bit of confusion on the play. Briarwoods driving. They lead 9-0 over Heritage. You're listening and watching championship action on VHSLnetwork.com.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot at this.
Back at Williams Stadium after the timeout. First and goal, Falcons. Motion from the left. Jet sweep, Polk. Brandon Polk inside the 10, inside the 7, close to the 6-yard line. Brandon Polk's first carry of the game. He is fast. He's a state finalist in the 100 last year.
Yeah, Brandon Polk, we said it earlier in the game, one of the speedsters on this Briarwoods team. And here's the scary thing. He's only a sophomore, so he's going to have 2 more years in the state of Virginia for high school football. And you can only imagine Charlie Pierce is going to work with him all the way through his senior year to maximize his abilities.
I want to see him on the track in the spring. Full house. McSorley rolling left for Serenay. Serenay, a little bit too wide, incomplete near the goal line. Tried to go play action. Serenay with that drag route all the way across the field.
Yeah, just outside of Serenay's reach, and it's kind of a, not a bad throw, just a little too far out in front of him on that play action there. Briarwoods now 3rd down and threatening inside the 10. We'll see if Heritage can come up with a stop. That would be huge if they manage to come away with a stop here in the red zone.
3rd and goal from the 6-yard line. Trips in the backfield. It's Coulter. Dancing through the line. Corey falling forward to the 2. Now you have to make a decision. 4th and goal from the 2. They're going to go for it.
I would imagine so. I would definitely go for it if I was Briarwoods. I mean, their offense has been clicking on all cylinders. I'd take the chance and go for it. If not, look at the position your defense is in. Heritage has to go the length of the field to come up with anything for points.
From the 3-yard line, got to hurry now. McSorley came all the way to the sideline for the play. Coulter, the only back in the backfield, or the deep back in the backfield. JT Logan in front of him. Everybody else stacked on the line. Corey Coulter, stop, short. Heritage defense does the job and denies the Falcons.
And boy, you got to give credit to that defensive line. Look at this push that they get. Staying low and making sure they don't get pushed backwards and give Corey Coulter room to work with. And they brought him to the ground, and I don't even think he got a gain out of it. So great job to the Pioneers. That was exactly what they needed in the worst way, because now, I mean, yeah, they're deep in their own territory, but they take over possession, avoid going into a deeper hole.
Yeah, but they're not as deep as they were last time. This time they're all the way out at the 2. Last time they were inside the 1. But I'll tell you where Javante Parrish is. He's in his own end zone. He's going to keep it. Quarterback headed right. Ran into a whole pile of people. Maybe 2 yards, maybe even a yard.
Yeah, just not a lot to work with there. This three-man front from Briar Woods really does a good job of plugging up holes, and the linebackers stay at home. They know their assignments and play smart football. The offensive line has their work cut out for them. They've got to create holes if they want Parrish to be able to make plays with his feet.
4.5 left to go, first half. Still out of the end zone. Javante Parrish. Keeps it again right side. This time bounces outside, cut down at the 2. No room in the middle. Parrish tried to bounce outside, no room outside either.
Now you got 3rd and 9, deep in your own territory, and Briar Woods has been dominating this battle of field position.
Parrish from the end zone. Calling signal. He'll keep it again. This time he's going to try left side. Same result. Stuffed inside the 5 at the 4.
And Trey Germany there just manhandling people up front. There's a big boy up there. Look at him. He's got a blocker on his left arm, and he's got the quarterback wrapped up in his right arm. That's a man's play.
Punting from the end zone. Ashante Rosser standing at the 40. Daryl Gadsden, Tristan Miller. Rosser gets it away. Miller, great punt over midfield. Miller takes it all the way back at the 37-yard line. Back across the field this way. Across midfield, across the 40, down the sideline, at the 20, at the 10. Goal line, touchdown, Tristan Miller on the punt return.
Boy, what a great punt, but Tristan Miller making plays. Watch this replay here. Absolutely turning on the afterburners once he gets this block. Changes directions, and look at this here. That's the block right there that opens things up for him, and he just takes off down the sideline. There's another big block there on the sideline. Goodness gracious.
Tristan Miller, 67 yards to the house. Player down and being tended to for Heritage. So while there's timeout on the field, we'll take a timeout up here in the booth as well. You're watching the championship game on the VHSLnetwork.com.
Oh, she's college material, that's for sure.
You think?
Oh, look at that nose. 4, maybe 5 years, housing, meal plans, fees. Oh, yeah. That nose says, a bajillion bucks in 18 years.
You get all that from a nose?
She's gonna be expensive.
Be prepared for the tuition monster. Visit Virginia529.com and see why it's the nation's largest 529 college savings plan.
Oh my, that chin has grad school written all over it.
Bruce Bornarth, Taylor Jensen, Liberty University in beautiful Lynchburg, Virginia. Sun's starting to set. It's getting a little bit darker down here on the field. And you look across and you see Space Mountain over there. What do you call that thing?
Snowflakes. Snowflakes on Liberty Mountain.
Liberty Mountain.
Space Mountain. Bruce, is this Orlando?
With the don't I wish. With the fake snow over there, and we see people skiing and sledding up and down there and skateboarding or snowboarding down.
You can do a little bit of everything. They even got snow tubing up there.
Rashem Lane shaken up on the play. He now trots off the field under his own power. Extra point upcoming now for the Briar Woods Falcons, looking to extend their lead from 15 to nothing to 16. Swinging gate left. They look to the sideline now and check and see what the defense does. Heritage bringing personnel onto the field now. They run the gate. Pitch to Corey Coulter. Corey Coulter left side into the end zone, untouched for 2.
And boy, that was, see, we've seen all year Briar Woods run that swinging gate, but really they didn't use it. And we see it tonight. That's exactly what they want to do out of it. Great heads-up play there and recognition by Briarwoods to know that that was there.
Direct snap there. What we have seen on that swinging gate, though, Taylor, I've never seen it other than a snap to McSorley, and then he either keeps it or throws it. I've never seen the direct snap to a tailback yet. New wrinkles. Corey Coulter finishing his senior year thus far in style, adding to his performance from last week.
Boy, Briarwoods has really been pouring it on early here. Heritage has to come up with an answer and put some points on the board so that they can kind of respond to Briarwoods. All the momentum is going in the direction of the Falcons.
We saw a great kickoff return last time from Heritage. To Quante Sims deep.
Nick LeBranky in to kick off for Briarwood.
Sims at the 10. High kick taken at the 19-yard line. Ahead again on the return. Antoine Comer. Comer went across midfield last time. This time he gets out to the 32.
Well, it'll be interesting to see here what Heritage can do now that they're not pinned up against their goal line practically. Now that they got some room to work with, they can kind of dig deeper into their playbook and start running some offense.
You keep getting the feeling that this Heritage offense is just going to bust out at some point in the game today and find their stride.
You know, they have the weapons to be able to make some big plays, and that's what they thrive off of is big plays.
Javante Parrish, empty backfield. Not empty anymore now. Here comes a running back. Elijah Gallagher in the backfield now in the tailback spot. Option to Gallagher. Gallagher up the sideline to the 35-yard line.
See, that's what Heritage likes to do. They like to spread you out, run the option, and let their quarterback make plays on the ground and in the air. Good job by Cam Saranac and Trace McSorley on the tackle there on the sideline. You see it on the replay.
Gallagher gets 5 on first down, 2nd and 5 left. Gallagher again, this time right side to the wide side, looking for the corner. He's not going to get there. Mike Barta up to make the stop after a 1-yard gain.
Running east and west against Briarwoods isn't going to get you very far. You got to be able to make plays.
2 minutes left in the half. Heritage with 2 timeouts remaining. Parrish out of the gun, sends 2 receivers left, 1 right. Tight end stays right. Rolling, slant, incomplete. Intended once again for Ashante Rosser.
Boy, Briarwoods kind of dodged the bullet there because Julito Rivera was wide open down the field. Parrish, had he seen that, could have possibly gone for 6 because he was way behind the coverage.
Rosser to punt from the 25. Gadsden deep for the Falcons, standing at his 31.
Rosser on the punt.
Low snap, gets it away. Low kick. Gadsden from the 29. Far side, inside the numbers, out to the 40, down there. So with 1:29 left, Falcons with 1 timeout and fairly decent field position.
And they get the ball at the beginning of the second half too, Bruce, so you can bet on it that they want to punch in for another 6 points and get the ball to start second half. And then, I mean, Heritage would be in a lot of trouble if they allowed that to happen because you give up a touchdown here and then one in the opening the second half. That's 31-0.
First down from the 39. Left hash mark. 1:29 left to go in the half. Trace McSorley works out of the shotgun. JT Logan, or Chris Larco in the backfield. Pioneers show blitz. Here it comes. McSorley keeps it. Heads right. Across the 40. Across the 45. Out to the 47.
Tackle made by number 3, Uriah Hammond.
Great play call there by Briarwoods. You see the snap. Trace McSorley taking off, got a lot of blocking in front of him, and they do a good job of creating a hole, allowing him to make a play with his feet.
Stop made by Uriah Hammond. It's a cool name. Under 1 minute left to go first half. 2nd and 2 for the Falcons. Polk motion from the right. McSorley again, up the middle. Cross midfield to the 45. Clock stopped at 46 seconds while they moved the chains. Falcons with 1 timeout left.
Briar Woods is going to be content to let this clock keep running because they know that they can make a big play with their offense. It's on Heritage to come up with the stop.
Jonathan Rosa in now, wide right. McSorley looking right, has Serenay. Serenay trying to get out of bounds and does at the 41. 29 seconds left. Get the feeling that after this timeout, now they have a little bit of time. Offensive coordinator Jared DeVelli's got a chance to get his play called in. I got a feeling they're going to dial deep here. Empty backfield now. Serenay drops into the backfield with McSorley. 2 receivers either side. To throw. McSorley, square out. Polk has it. Polk steps out of bounds at the 27-yard line. 23 seconds left.
And just like that, they're inside the 30.
Remember, this drive started at 1:29 left. Falcons getting down this far without calling a timeout yet. From the right hash, 2 receivers short side, 3 wide side. McSorley again. Looking right, lost it to Serenay. Serenay, pitch and catch, end zone, touchdown. Can you make it look any easier?
Boy, they are just making it like another day at the office. These 2 guys just keep connecting all year. You see Trace McSorley, what a pretty pass there. Right over the top to a wide open Serenay into the end zone. Parrish just not there in time to make a play. Trace McSorley is just clicking on all cylinders behind center today.
Nick LaFranchi on for an extra point. Tracy McSorley, the holder. Snap, high, it's down, it's up, it's in the net. Counting. 16 seconds left to go in the half. Briarwood's 24, Heritage nothing. This is championship action on the VHSLnetwork.com. Where else would you want to be other than on the VHSLnetwork.com to listen to this stuff this afternoon? Doesn't get any better than this. Except maybe at UVA, maybe at Salem. UVA, the Division VI championship game being played now. At Salem, the Division II championship game being played.
A lot of football being played across the state right now, and I'd imagine that there's been some exciting ones. I'd like to see the Division I game. But, of course, all this is going to be on replay online, so you'll be able to watch it on demand.
16.5 seconds left to go in the half. Falcons kicking off. Antoine Comer deep along with Taquante Sims. Whistle, run up, kick, squib on the ground. Taking it to 32-yard line. Up back Austin Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald around the corner on the far side across midfield into Falcon territory inside the 40-yard line with 7 seconds left.
And boy, that's the second time we've seen a big return from Heritage. This time on the squib kick. It's designed to be able to eliminate any type of big return. And you see here, Fitzgerald making a great play. Good blocking by Heritage. Good change of direction there. And they are trying to make something happen here before halftime. They could really use it.
From the 39-yard line. Ball's on the far hash mark. Pioneers headed left. 2 timeouts left. 7.5 seconds. Parrish from the shotgun. Brings motion from the right. That's Fitzgerald. Parrish to throw. Rolling left, rolling left, rolling left, rolling left. Lets it fly. In and out of the hands of the receiver as the clock winds down to 000. That will end the first quarter. It's been all Falcons. They lead in this state championship game in Division 4, 24-0 over the Heritage Pioneers. Stick around for the halftime show after this short break. These are the championships on the VHSLnetwork.com.
The team that nobody picked, that nobody said could do it. The Cinderella story has done it. They're your 2010 Division 6 state champs. The shoe fits. The shoe fits.
Pitch to Earl, sweeping right, cutting up, diving, hit, bouncing, diving, twisting, end zone, touchdown, broad run, Spartans. Briar Earl, not second effort, not third effort, 4 efforts to get into the end zone, and the Lancers cannot believe it.
And that's it. 4, 3, 2, 1. Blue Devils, Division 2 state champs.
For the 28th straight game, the Broad Run Spartans are state champions, and they did it in 2009, just like in 2008, with perfection.
Party on, Brambleton. The Briar Falcons are the 2010 Virginia State football champions. Fly high, Falcons, fly high.
Bulldogs football, under center is Glennon. He'll fake and roll to his left, across the 15, still on his feet at the 10. He's dancing at the 5 and into the end zone.
Oh, she's college material, that's for sure.
You think?
Look at that nose. 4, maybe 5 years, housing, meal plans, fees. Oh, yeah. That nose says, a bajillion bucks in 18 years.
You get all that from a nose?
She's gonna be expensive.
Be prepared for the tuition monster. Visit Virginia529.com and see why it's the nation's largest 529 college savings plan.
Oh my, that chin has grad school written all over it.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play On School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
Third down and 3 for the Indians. Oh, the ball came loose. Tiger's going to pick it up.
Look at that.
Took it back and scored.
Whoa!
That's unbelievable. That is unbelievable.
Buy a DVD of this or any of the Virginia High School League championships at VHSLnetwork.com.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play On School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot at this.
Back here at halftime, Liberty University, the Division IV state championship game. Briarwood's Falcons 24, Heritage Pioneers yet to get on the scoreboard. Falcons looking for their third straight state championship game, and bring in Ben Simpson now, one of my broadcast partners. And Ben, Briarwood's hitting on all cylinders this weekend, or first half, and Heritage yet to hit their stride.
Yeah, I mean, you see Heritage throughout this entire first half, and as you said, I mean, that's one way to put it. I mean, being 0 for 9 for their passing, they've, netted 17 yards of total offense. They haven't been able to get anything going here throughout this first half. Meanwhile, Briarwoods is doing exactly what they've done the entire season. They've run the rushing game. They got the passing game going. They've got 186 total yards of offense. They're getting 11 rushing yards. The rushing game has been there a little bit, but for Briarwoods, it's almost too easy so far throughout this first half.
Yeah, but and you can say that, but you look at this Heritage offense, they can move the ball. You look at Javante Parrish, their quarterback, he's accounted for close to 4,700 yards on the season. He's close to a 60% passer. He's got almost 2,300 yards passing and almost 1,500 yards rushing. So that's a whole bunch of offense.
Oh yeah, there's definitely a sleeping beast there in this team. We're not necessarily saying at all that they're done after one half of play. Hey, they're only down 24-0. But the fact that worries me is just the fact that they haven't been able to get anything going. But I tell you what, they complete a couple of these passes, things might have been a little different. Get that offense going a little bit. But Briarwoods has really been rolling on all cylinders.
Heritage, 2 drives beginning inside their own 3-yard line, but they also did not capitalize on 2 big kick returns that they had that did set the Pioneers up with good field position. Unable to capitalize on that, I think in those situations, credit has to go to the Falcon defense.
Yeah, definitely, as we take a look at some of the highlights here throughout this first half. So, I mean, you definitely credit the Falcon defense entirely for, again, as you said, there were some crucial spots throughout that first half where, Heritage had to complete these plays, and Briarwoods, as we get a little look at, and this was a big play off the bat, Bruce, the fact that Heritage got pushed all the way back in their end zone. Next thing you know, they're getting rid of the ball, and Briarwoods getting a safety to start off the game. But again, Briarwoods defensively has, again, we talk about their offense, but their defense has really stepped up a lot tonight.
And you look at all the points that this high-powered offense for the Falcons has been putting up the past few years, but it's their defense, really. You look at the defense on this team, they don't give up points. You look at some of the scores and the results this season of the games that they played. They gave up 14, 15, 0, 7, 3, 6, 17, 0, 0, 0. 3 shutouts in their last 3 regular season games.
Yeah.
And I believe they shut out Cortland, didn't they?
Yes, they did. I mean, and again, that's what happens, I mean, to a lot of these good teams where we talk so much about their offense, but at the same time, clearly it's the defense that's been able to get them to this point. When you play, especially here in such a big stage in the state title game, being able to hold on. And for Briarwoods, they're poised to make another shutout here. As again, we take another look at what McSorley's been able to accomplish this afternoon, and he's just hitting his receivers in the perfect spots and finding these guys. And he's just been so accurate as he has been all year long.
This one to Cam Serenay on a little short square out to set up score down there and put him inside the 5-yard line. It's been Serenay on the other end of 2 of them. We'll see a touchdown pass later to him. Devin Ramos now inside the 10 makes the play, but it's McSorley pulling the trigger at the other end.
I'm going to step aside here, Bruce, and welcome back in Taylor Jensen here to the broadcasting booth.
I'll step aside too, Taylor. Why don't you take the highlights?
All right, well, apparently I missed a couple, but...
You didn't miss many. I mean, you saw them the first time, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Highlight, live light. I like them live lights.
Well, of course, we see here Trace McSorley getting behind his offensive line. And, again, we talked about earlier in the game, Bruce, how that line is just something Trace McSorley can just ride all the way to the end zone with. They get such a strong push, the defensive line just doesn't have a chance to fight back. And, of course, here's this laser of a pass to Cam Serenay. Of course, he has the presence of mind to keep his feet in bounds and be sure that he's coming up with the first down. And Corey Calder, boy, what a day he's had.
Well, what a game and a half. This is 6 quarters. He's been piling it on.
He's already got 56 yards total rushing. I mean, last week we saw him rush for over 200. And, of course, we see Briar Woods just getting that monster of a push off the line. And I just can't help but notice Trey Germany, the way he just pushes people back about 3 or 4 yards consistently. And Corey Colder, this was the stop that we saw earlier when Heritage really held their own for the first time all day. They really hadn't been able to come up with a red zone stop. And, of course, here's that punt return. That was just incredible. I mean, we see some huge blocks here from Briar Woods on the return. And, of course, the biggest one coming up shortly. We see it right here. My goodness. Goodness gracious. And it's all the way to pay dirt.
I would say Briar. Tristan Miller turned on the jets, but there were no afterburners. I didn't see any flames coming off of those shoes.
And of course, we also have our stats here coming up after the highlights. And Corey Colder, this was the 2-point conversion on that swinging gate point after attempt. And Trace McSorley, here's that deep ball down to Brandon Polk. And he just knows to step right out of bounds and avoid any yards after or contact after the catch. And we've got, I'm sure this is the one right over to Cam Serenay. And it's just another, like we said, another day at the office for these two. They know how to connect. They know where Trace McSorley consistently knows where Cam Serenay is going to be on the field.
Yeah, that drive took about a minute or so. It was 1:29 on the clock. Now watch this return.
Now, we've seen this several times today, though. We've seen 2 big returns from Heritage and just special teams breakdowns from Briar Woods, but unfortunately, the Pioneers just aren't able to capitalize on the field position they're getting out of it and ride that momentum to 6 points. And really, I mean, Parrish has got to be able to connect with his receivers. They've been so close, but just going right through the hands of the receivers. And, of course, we're going to go right into our stats here at halftime, and you're going to be able to see some glaring differences, most notably total yards. Briar Woods 186, and the Heritage Pioneers, who, by the way, their quarterback Parrish has accounted for 3,500 yards this season.
Hey,
they're held at 17 yards.
I'm throwing a challenge flag. It's 4,500.
See, that's ridiculous. And they're held to 17 total yards here in the first half. I mean, I don't know if that's just miscommunication or jitters being at this stage of the postseason for Heritage, or if it's Briar Woods' defense really just stepping up to the task that well.
I can't add. It's like 47.
Well, don't look at me.
2,300 plus 1,500 is 2,800, right? 3,800.
You're the expert. You're the one with the tweeter.
What do you mean I'm the expert?
How long have you been doing
I just babble. You're the color guy. You're supposed to know this stuff. I'm setting it up on a tee for you, and you're whiffing.
Well, of course, the biggest difference between the two is about 115 yards of total, or 160 yards of total offense. Heritage has to find answers. They haven't been able to move the ball. They've consistently gone 3 and out. The only time we've seen the chains move for Heritage is when they got the pass interference call on Briar Woods. So they've got to come up with answers. Parrish is the answer, but they just got to figure out how they're going to use him and exploit the Briar Woods defense. We saw last week against Cortland, they gave up, Briar Woods secondary, they gave up a lot of passes right over the top, and had they been able to connect on that, Briar Woods could have seen themselves in a very different ball game.
Fans, today's championship game is being brought to you in part by the Virginia 529 Savings Plan. You can learn more about the Virginia 529 Savings Plan by visiting them online at virginia529.com or on Facebook at facebook.com/VA529. This is the halftime show. We are at the half in the Division IV state championship game. Briar Woods Falcons looking to go 3 in a row. They lead the Heritage Pioneers 24-0. You're watching the state championship on VHSLnetwork.com.
Oh, she's college material, that's for sure. You think? Look at that nose. 4, maybe 5 years, housing, meal plans, fees. Oh, yeah. That nose says, a bajillion bucks in 18 years.
You get all that from a nose?
She's gonna be expensive.
Be prepared for the tuition monster. Visit Virginia529.com and see why it's the nation's largest 529 college savings plan.
Oh my, that chin has grad school written all over it.
Welcome back. Liberty University, Lynchburg, Virginia. State championship game. Division 4, Briarwoods Falcons, Heritage Pioneers. Briarwoods from Northern Virginia in Ashburn. Heritage from just down the road here in Lynchburg. I know where Brookville's high school is. I don't know how far away Heritage is.
Well, Heritage really is, I mean, they're about as far away as Brookville, if not closer. I mean, you go right over across the street here, and you're pretty much there. And they do have a loyal following. I mean, Heritage is one of the 4 or 5 schools in this area, and they always travel well. In this area, it almost reminds me of Ashburn. Now, there's so many high schools around here, and they're pretty consistently successful in their athletic departments. And Heritage is no different or Lynchburg is no different than Ashburn as far as the quality of the programs that they run.
Both teams have been in the state championship game twice. Briarwoods the past 2 years. This is their 3rd year in a row. Heritage played in the championship games in 97 and 02, winning in 2002. Briarwoods winning the past 2 years, looking to make it 3. Heritage looking for their 2nd. Bruce Bornarth, Taylor Jensen, everybody else along the way. You can read the graphics and see who's here later. 1/2 left to go. If you are Heritage, you got to get a 3 and out in this situation. Briarwoods won the toss. They elected to the first, so the Falcons will get the ball to begin this 3rd quarter.
Well, the biggest danger that Heritage runs right now is the fact that they give up 1 touchdown. I mean, they're down 30-plus points, Bruce. And no team has come back from anything against Briarwoods this year, but I honestly can't remember a time where Briarwoods was on top of somebody by 30-plus points and someone managed to come back against them. So Heritage is going to have their work cut out for them as it is, but it's not to say that it's out of reach, but they've definitely got to make some corrections and get it together on both sides of the ball if they want to claw back into this.
Heritage can put up points as their 9-1 record indicates. They won 44-32, 44-35, 27-38, 42-17, 56 points in the regular season. So they can score.
You know, I think the biggest thing for them is stops. The offense is going to come. We've seen them. You know, we mentioned it. Parrish is hitting his receivers, and it's hitting them right in the hands. They're just struggling to hang on to the football. But as far as the defense goes, that's something where they just haven't had an answer for Briarwoods. They're constantly getting pushed back off the line, and it's opening up countless holes for Corey Calder. And then Trace McSorley, when he's dropping back to pass on the few times that he has, I mean, he's only thrown 10 times this game, but he's been able to just find guys wide open. So Heritage has got to get things together defensively.
Pioneers will kick off to begin the 2nd half. They kick left to right here in front of us. Teams are back out on the field. Fans are back in the bleachers. Taylor's got his headset on. Said goodbye to the visitors in the booth, and here we go. Let the 2nd half begin. Brandon Polk, Daryl Gadsden deep to receive.
Kicking off for Heritage, number 30, Ryan Sullivan.
Ryan Sullivan will kick off for Heritage. From the 40 and the far hash mark. High kick headed towards the sideline. Polk at the 17, back towards the middle. What a special teams play at the 17-yard line. Up to make the stop for Heritage, Joshua Doswell. That's a special teams play.
And look at this replay here. I mean, he's running full speed and still manages to have the body control to come up with the stop there. And again, a great tackle. He goes right for Brandon Polk's legs, which are his biggest strength. When you take out the legs, can't go anywhere. So great job by Heritage, not allowing any kind of return. And this is the first time tonight we've seen Briarwoods inside their own 20.
Best way to stop a speedster is to get to him before he ever gets started. 1st and 10 now, Falcons. Inside the 20. McSorley shotgun. Handoff Calder, left side. Corey still on his feet to the corner. Corey Calder down the sideline. Green grass and high tides. Corey Calder inside the 30 and finally run out of bounds at the 27-yard line. Antoine Comer prevented the touchdown.
And that is exactly the way you want to open up this game. If you're Briarwoods, you see Corey Calder getting a great block by Brandon Polk. Got a lot of green grass in front of him. A few Heritage players got tripped up, and Corey Calder uses that to his advantage and keeps it moving. And yeah, you're right. Had it not been for Antoine Comer, that would have been 6 points, Bruce. Right off the bat for Briar Woods. My goodness.
From the 27. Colder, right side. This time he's stopped at the line of scrimmage, driven backwards. Sean Garland.
Number 6, Corey Kohler on the carry.
Gain of 1 on the play. Just underway second half.
Number 1, Sean Garland led a host
championship game.
Gain of a yard, second down.
I like this school. This is a cool campus, you know?
I love it. I love it.
They treat us so well when we come down here. Really feel welcome, and we get stats throughout the course of the game at the end of each quarter. Get a little bit of lunch. Polk, sweep left side. Got a block from Ramos. Inside the 20 to the 16-yard line.
Brandon Polk on the carry.
And on the tackle, Taquante Sims.
Number 10, Taquante Sims on the stop.
You see the replay here. Brandon Polk bouncing it outside.
Gain of 9 on the carry.
Great
First
job
down.
of using his blocks and getting upfield. And they got to find answers for this Briarwoods offense. The only problem is there's just so many guys that you got to be able to keep track of.
First down at the 17-yard line. Pistol formation. Chris Larco's now the tailback. McSorley keeps it right side. Cuts back in, dive down to the 11.
McSorley on the quarterback keeper. Tripped up by number 6, DeMonte Elliott.
Heritage, they're doing a better job of shedding the blocks up front and getting contact, but they've got to get those runners down quicker.
Second down.
Giving up 5 yards a carry right now.
2nd and 5 left. 10 minutes to go. Third quarter. Briarwoods leads 24-3 and threatening. 2 receivers left. Slot left. Melvin Holland Jr. wide left. Handoff Larco. Chris Larco to the end zone. Chris Larco tacks on 6 more.
A lot of deception there in the backfield to start the play. You see the fake handoff to Polk, and then Larco takes it right from McSorley, and there's nothing but green grass and orange jerseys behind him, or white jerseys behind him. Great job there by Larco. And Charlie Pierce showing the poker face on the sideline right now, but you know inside he's on cloud 9.
Inside it's like, if I don't look at the clock, maybe it'll run a little bit faster. Nick LaFoot adds on another extra point. 31-0. Briar Woods in front in the state championship game with 9:54 left to go in the third quarter. This is the championship game on VHSLnetwork.com.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot at this.
Welcome back to Liberty University. Bruce Bornarth, Taylor Jensen. I remember when it wasn't a university.
Liberty Baptist College way back in the day.
Nick LaFranchi. Penalty flags down.
Flag down on the kickoff.
It's probably offsides, illegal procedure against the Falcons. Re-kick.
He's going to back them up a few yards. Heritage will gladly take that, especially with the kind of returns they've been getting today.
Kick it away from Comer. Although Fitzgerald had a big return as well.
Penalty is on Briarwood.
We've seen a lot of great special teams play from Heritage, but that just hasn't translated into points yet.
Antoine Comer to Quante Sims back to receive the kickoff. They'll move up to the 10-yard line now. This kickoff from the 35. Nick LaFranchi set to kick. There's the run. This one's down the sideline. Sims inside the 10 at the 7, back towards the middle. big hole at the 20, across the 25 to the 27-yard line. You see that hole open up right at the hash mark?
Plenty of green grass in front of him. We see the replay here. Man, well, Frankie's still getting all that ball. He puts it inside the 10. Great kick there. And it was a great hole for Heritage to run through. So a nice little return. Heritage looking to come out and respond offensively and play to a different tune this half.
Big drive for the Pioneers. They begin on their 27-yard line. Parrish out of the gun. Fitzgerald in motion from the left. Parrish is going to keep it. Left side. It's got a little bit of running room. Turns the corner. Across the 35, near the 36.
Parrish on the quarterback keeper. Number 3, Mike Barta. Number 5, Daryl Gadsden.
2nd and 3 left.
Number 45, Chris Larco on the stop.
Mike Barta made the tackle. 2nd and 3 left now. Spread look. 3 receivers come short or near side. Inside handoff. This time it's Rosser. Ashante Rosser stopped a little short of the first down.
Yeah, great containment there by Briar Woods. They're still doing a good job of shedding blocks up front. We just haven't seen the offensive line from Heritage give any kind of push.
Tackle by number 21.
Frankie Hickson into the backfield now. He's a running back.
And he's another one of the speedsters for this Heritage team. That kid gets into the open field. Ain't nobody going to catch him.
Javante Parrish, not a big guy. He's a senior, 5'10", 165-pound quarterback. He's quick, though. He'll take it on the direct snap. Straight ahead, bounces to the outside. He's in the clear, across the 50, inside the 40-yard line and out of bounds. Burst of speed from Javante Parrish.
And, boy, they needed that one. And if he can continue to make plays like that, Heritage could claw their way back in. We see here Parrish recognizing there's not much of a hole, cuts it outside, and there's no blue jerseys able to catch up with him. And luckily, Daryl Gadsden was able to shed the block and push him out of bounds. But great play call there.
First down at the Falcon 39-yard line. Parrish still in the shotgun. He'll keep it. This time head up the middle, no gain.
And again, that's big old Trey Germany. 6 foot, 255-pound defensive lineman.
Germany on the tackle. 2nd down.
If I did jerseys, I'd put bigger numbers on them. Or either that or move the press box a little closer than 6 stories up.
Yeah, it doesn't help that we're
this is
in
nice.
a tower.
This is nice up here.
Oh, yeah.
2nd and a short 10, very long 9. Parrish is going to throw. Pump fake. Lets it fly down the sideline. Knocked away and incomplete. Pass was intended for Ashante Rosser. Mike Barta with coverage.
Incomplete, intended for number 19.
And again, Briarwood secondary able to get some deflections and not allow the reception.
Third down.
But these receivers got to be able to make these grabs under the pressure and with contact, because if not, then it's going to be a long day.
3rd and 10 now. Parrish. Long count, straight drop. Now roll right. Out in the flat. Has it complete to Rosser. Rosser gain of 5.
We see the replay here.
Parrish
rolling out of the pocket. Nice read there. Well, boy, did Mike Barta just come flying in from the secondary.
It's 4th down and down 31. Heritage will go at the 34 of Briar Woods. Parrish sends 3 to the left. There's a whistle.
Might be a false start.
I think so. We'll make it 4th and 9 now. Close to 4th and 10.
And boy, that's just costly because Heritage is really good with running these little quick slants and running to the outside to get the 4 to 5 yard gains, 4 to 6 yard gains.
We haven't seen DeMonte Elliott much of the offense today. He's the leading receiver for these Pioneers. Parrish taking a lot of time. I see the referee looking at his watch. Pioneers do get the playoff. Rolling left. Incomplete at the 30. Intended for Fitzgerald.
Pass incomplete, intended for number 11.
Yet again, another pass, just unable to get grabbed.
First down,
Austin Fitzgerald, though, he's just a junior. He'll be back. Falcons take over on downs with 7:34 left to go, third quarter. Briarwood's 31, Heritage nothing.
A turnover on downs, and now Briarwood's taking over awful close to midfield.
At the 39, near hash mark. McSorley goes under center. Melvin Holland Jr. now. Slot to the right. Handoff Colder, right side, following blockers around the corner. Corey Colder across midfield, deep into Pioneer territory, out of bounds at the 29-yard line. Corey Colder, 2 huge sweeps.
Corey Colder, you see here on the replay, he actually had 2 holes he could have gone through, and he picked the one on the outside because there's a lot more open field in front of him. And look at that. Gets the contact and drags DeMonte Elliott with him, and 2 other Heritage defenders had to jump on top of him to get into the ground. That's how many guys it'll take to get Corey Colder down.
At the 29. McSorley still under center. Colder, this time left side. This time still on his feet.
Number 6, Colder on the carry. Tackle made by
Finally
number
brought
3,
down by Uriah Hammond.
Gain of 3, second down.
Pickup of 3 for Corey Colder on first down.
Briarwoods has just been pounding the ball and running it. They really have not thrown the ball very often today. That's because their running game has been so productive.
2nd and 7 now at the 27, 26-yard line. Left hash mark. Headed end zone to our left. Colder, whoa, tripped up at the 25-yard line.
That's number 52, Shapiro Keeling. They're coming up from the linebacker position. He's a senior. 6'1", almost 200 pounds.
Hey, Taylor, you know what? You can purchase a DVD copy of this game.
Get out.
Yeah, you can. You know how you do it?
How?
You go online at VHSLnetwork.com. You can enjoy the memories of this special championship production forever and ever and ever and ever and on and on and on. I like that little drama there, you know?
I like that.
Yeah. Kind of fade out. 3rd and 6 now. Briarwood's just running a lot of clock, as much as they can on each play. Trace McSorley keeps it right side. McSorley toe tapping at the 5, end zone, touchdown, Briarwood's Falcons. Trace McSorley does the touchdown dance.
That's rushing touchdown number 9 on the year for McSorley. He's got 2 today. The Briarwood's faithful loving it. Look at that, sees there's an opening on the outside again, cuts it out. Doesn't really need any blocking there. It's all the way to pay dirt in that red end zone. Briarwood's another 6 points.
Nick LaFranchi on for another extra point. I think this season, I don't know what his exact stat is. I've only seen him miss 1 extra point. I've done a lot of Briarwood's games this year.
Briarwood's has a lot of great special teams players.
This one's good. 5:24 left to go, third quarter. Falcons pulling away 38-0 over Heritage. This is the state championship game on VHSLnetwork.com.
Oh, she's college material, that's for sure. You think? Look at that nose. 4, maybe 5 years, housing, meal plans, fees. Yeah. That nose says, a bajillion bucks in 18 years.
You get all that from a nose?
She's gonna be expensive.
Be prepared for the tuition monster. Visit Virginia529.com and see why it's the nation's largest 529 college savings plan.
Oh my, that chin has grad school written all over it.
Nick LaFoot to kick off once again. I wonder how many points he scored this season.
Someone's got to have that.
Oh, that stat's out there.
It's got to be out there somewhere.
We don't have it. If you have it, you know what you do? Twitter it to me.
Oh, it's never going to
This one's high, driving kick. This one's a touchback in the end zone. Actually, I haven't seen a lot of that out of Nick this year, though.
Ball will be started at the 20-yard line. First down, Heritage.
He usually puts the ball right into play. His leg has been on point today, though.
All right. If you're Heritage, pull out all the stops. This drive, right here, right now. It's like a Van Halen song. Right here, right now.
I mean, they have had the opportunities to connect and move the chains and get drives, but they're just unable to hang on to the football on the passing game. It's there.
Javante Parrish, he's the quarterback. He'll take the snap and keep it and run right into Nick Murley. Also in on the tackle, Jack Knight. You know, Jack Knight, we haven't spent a lot of time talking about him. He is a player that started filling in for Matt Rowland when Matt went down 3 games ago?
Yep, that sounds right.
Jack Knight doing a nice job in that middle linebacker spot. Motion from the right now. Parrish. Spinner move at the 20. Falls forward to the 24. Third and 6 now.
And look for Parrish to try to throw maybe a quick slant here for some quick yardage.
Gain of 5 yards will bring up third down.
4.5 left to go, third quarter. State championship game. Last hurrah for the seniors in their high school careers. Parrish, roll right, under pressure. Sets up, lofts it down the field. Catch is made, but out of bounds. He was looking for Omar Jones, the 45. Jones made the catch, but was out of bounds.
And that's a tough break there because that was a great effort, great throw. Out of bounds by just a couple inches, his feet were.
Nice throw by Parrish on the run. Shante Rosser, another senior, on to punt. Stands at his 13-yard line.
Daryl Gaston and Tristan Miller returning.
Ooh, this is high, straight up, straight down. That's a chip. That's a sand wedge to the 41.
Boy, that's another tough break for Heritage because now you see Briarwood's taking over at the 41.
Already leading 38-0 with 3:27 left to go, third quarter. Had a Chevy Impala, 1963, had a 327 motor in it, like on the clock. 327, 365 horsepower. That car would scream.
You don't happen to still have that, do you?
Nope. Actually lost it in the flood. No, it wasn't in the flood when I lost it. After that. Chris Larco to the right side. Chris Larco still on his feet. Power running to the 30, inside the 30 to the 29.
Chris Larco is kind of that big fullback, almost like a Mike Allstott, just a bruiser, big guy. And it takes a lot of people to bring him. Look at that, he's still running backwards.
He's a junior, he'll be back. You know, a scary thought. Briarwoods looks like to be on their way to a third straight state championship, and there's a lot of juniors and sophomores on this team. Trace McSorley, the quarterback, he comes back.
And they move up to Division 5 next year. And
Holder again to the 30.
And actually, since they're redoing how it's classified, they'll be going up to, I believe it's 5A. So they'll be 5A next year in there with Stonebridge and Broad Run and all those schools.
And who else? Pocosin, Phoebus, Hampton.
Lake Taylor
now in the mix. Who else is in that bracket? Up north.
Well, South County.
The Stallions. 2nd and 10 now for Briarwoods. 2 minutes left in the quarter. Reverse. Tristan Miller with the carry. He's already got 1 touchdown on a kick return. He's inside the 30.
Number 15,
so we're inside 2 minutes left to go in the third quarter.
By number 3, Uriah Hammond, and number 10, Taquante Sims.
Uriah Hammond leading the way once again
1 yard gain on the play,
for the Pioneers.
So now 3rd and long for Briarwoods. Kind of a rarity tonight.
Briarwood's taking now all the time that they can, milking this clock for whatever they can get out of it here. Larco back in the backfield now. Serenay lines up slot left. McSorley is going to throw. Looking left. Now he'll keep it. Dancing to the outside. A lot of room on the far side. McSorley out of bounds near the 17-yard line.
McSorley showing off the speed there.
Just a race to the sideline.
Well, look at this. Great job recognizing there's nothing open and making the decision to run. Man, he can move.
Clock running, 45 seconds left in the period. Falcons going to take a lot of time here. Maybe too much time. Pierce trying to get the referee's attention, call timeout. Clock's still running at 25 seconds.
Looking to burn their first one. I think they're going to wait till the last second to do it.
They said, let this thing run down as far as we can before we call timeout with 16 seconds left here in the quarter. Since we're headed up on a break soon, we'll keep it here through this timeout. If your Heritage, not a lot of time left in this game, down by a lot of points. All you can do now is just turn around, and you can't play more than 1 play at a time, right? So you turn around, develop a philosophy. If your Heritage, win every play.
Yeah, you know, that's what you got to do is just play it 1 play at a time and play like you know you're capable of. I mean, they're not here by mistake or by some fluke. I mean, you look at their schedule, and they just poured on points on people all year long, Bruce. I mean, this offense has got some serious weapons, and they can put up points in a hurry. So at this point, you go back to what you're good at. Go to your bread and butter and just start running your offense, get cool and composed, you know, start playing for pride in yourself and your team.
For the legacy, for the program, for history.
You know, it's been a while since they've been here, and that's exactly right. Play for the program, the history of it. You know, they've been here a good bit. They're not some kind of new kid on the block. They've been here before.
After the timeout, 1st and 10 now. McSorley is going to throw. Intended for Melvin Holland Jr. on that little wide receiver screen. Clock running now under 10 seconds as they let it wind down. 3 in the books. 1 quarter left to play here at Liberty University. In Lynchburg, Virginia, Briarwood Falcons 38, Heritage Pioneers nothing. This is the state championship game on VHSLnetwork.com.
Buy a DVD of this or any of the Virginia High School League Championships at VHSLnetwork.com.
Bruce Bornarth, Taylor Jensen, 3 in the books, 1 to go, 12 minutes to the state championship. 12 minutes for Briarwoods to the title, barring some kind of miracle. It is not impossible for Heritage.
Not impossible. I mean, there have been crazier things in sports.
We begin 1st and 10 for the Falcons. At the 17, Corey Colder, right side. Colder splits the seam inside the 10, close to the 9-yard line.
Corey Colder just having another career night, really.
Shapiro Keeling with the tackle for Heritage. In their last 44 games, Briarwood's 41-3 record. 3rd and 3 now. Heritage 9-1 on the season this year. Serenay at the 10, cut down at the 5. May have a first down.
Looks like it's going to be a 1st and goal here for Briar Woods. And they're in no hurry to cross that goal line.
First down, Briarwood.
You see the replay here. Serenay slowing up to reach down a little low to catch that ball. Still get some yards after the catch.
Under 11 to go. Falcons threatening yet again. Corey Colder, the lone tailback. Behind Trace McSorley under center. Colder. Corey Colder, 6 more.
Briar Woods really pouring it on in the state championship. Corey Colder, wide open field in front of him.
Falcons, Taylor, making a statement in what is the last AA state championship game.
They really are. I mean, they're coming into this with the mindset of, okay, don't think that the AAA, or I guess now the 5A schools that they're going to be seeing next year aren't going to be paying attention to this game.
Nick LaFranchi into the net.
And the kick is good.
Falcons extend 45-0 over Heritage. 10:36 left to go, 4th quarter. This is the Virginia State Football Championship game on VHSLnetwork.com.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot at this.
From Group A, Division 1, Northwest 17, Honaker 10.
Bruce Bornarth, Taylor Jensen, Liberty University. Thanks for joining us. Glad you could be here. Did you enjoy that little drum roll?
I did. I like it. I like
a
it.
little extended drum roll. As LaFranchi kicks it off once again at the 11. Up the sideline across the 25, still on his feet across the 30 to the 32-yard line. Shaquante Sims with the return. He's had a busy day as well.
Tackled by number 19, Neil Barron, and number
Heritage. Got to look for something positive here on offense. Really haven't had a lot of production here today, which is it almost baffles you when you see their stat lines from the season, and to think that Briar Woods has been able to keep them in check all night long.
Briar Woods with a stout defense. Parrish on 1st and 10 from the 32. Ball's on the far hash mark, gets play from the sidelines. Now he lets his teammates know. Working out of the shotgun, spread formation. Receivers both sides, that doesn't matter. Parrish is going to keep it. Cam Serenay is going to make sure he doesn't get very far.
Cam Serenay really showing off some skill from the defensive end position. He is big and physical on both sides of the football.
I think Wake Forest is going to be happy with him.
I'd be shocked if they weren't.
And they use him as an H-back type of a player, kind of like he's used on offense here. I actually was talking to the recruiter last week, or actually his future coach. Said they really liked the way he started blocking. Fitzgerald, Austin Fitzgerald on the sweep. Across the 30. Loss of a yard.
Great containment there by the Briarwoods defensive line, being sure that they can't turn it upfield. They got to keep trying to run east and west.
8:40 left to go. Fourth quarter. Briarwoods 45, Heritage nothing. Falcons looking for 3 in a row. Heritage in that spread look. Parrish gonna throw. Coming back left. Now he'll keep it. Across the 35, out of bounds at the 37.
Javante Parrish, the ball carrier.
Javante Parrish trying to show off the wheels. See the fake handoff there. Nothing available to throw to. And he just takes off out of the pocket, trying to outrun this Briarwoods defense.
Yet again, a punting situation for Heritage. Comes Ashante Rosser to punt. From his 25. Low liner taken by Miller at the 25. Looking to get to the outside. He is swarmed over. Great coverage on the special teams for Heritage. Nowhere to go for Tristan Miller.
And that is one thing I will say. Heritage's special teams has really been impressive today because Briarwoods has some weapons. I mean, we saw that when Tristan Miller managed to return a punt return for a touchdown. But for the most part, Heritage has been doing a great job of keeping coverage and then getting good returns also off the kickoffs.
You know, we're 6 stories up, and you watched on that return there, the coverage, you could see the whole field from above it, and that was perfect coverage. Everybody for Heritage stayed in their lanes. They circled the ball returner, and they gave him nowhere to go. Some new players on the field now. Hunter Ford, no, check that. JT Logan, the ball carrier. He gets his first carry of the day. We forget that Logan was in on that safety early on, the first score of the game.
And JT Logan and Corey Calder were the 2 primary running backs for Briarwoods after the graduation of Michael Brownlee. And 2 very different style of runners, but both very effective.
2nd and 9 now. Clock running, under 7 minutes left in the game. McSorley under center. Hunter Ford again. Now JT Logan comes this side. JT Logan's down the sidelines and free. JT Logan across the grain. JT Logan at the 30, at the 20, at the 10. JT Logan to the house. Take it home, young man.
JT Logan. Just like we were talking about, he and Corey Calder are 2 very effective runners for Briarwoods. And they know how to make plays. You see the change of direction by JT Logan coming up here on the replay. Watch this. Steps right back and no one there but his own teammates. And they're riding all the way with him to glory across the goal line.
Nick LaFranchi's going to have a tired leg after tonight. Looking for another extra point. It's on its way. It's good. 6:33 left to go. Fourth quarter. Briarwoods all over it. 52-0. Championship game. VHSLnetwork.com style.
Oh, she's college material, that's for sure.
You think?
Oh, look at that nose. 4, maybe 5 years, housing, meal plans, fees. Oh, yeah. That nose says, a bajillion bucks in 18 years.
You get all that from a nose?
She's gonna be expensive.
Be prepared for the tuition monster. Visit Virginia529.com and see why it's the nation's largest 529 college savings plan.
Oh my, that chin has grad school written all over it.
Nick LaFranchi kicking off once again. I like that drum beat in the background. You know, let it roll, baby. Let it roll. Just like Notre Dame's going to roll over Alabama.
Hey, now we're talking.
Roll on Irish Golden Domers. LaFranchi kickoff to the 10-yard line. Across the 20 and down there. Taquan Sims. Check that. Antoine Comer with that return. They switched. Last time Sims was on the other side. At the 21-yard line after an 11-yard return. Clock running. 6 minutes left to go. Heritage Pioneers have it 1st and 10 on the far hash mark. The senior, Javante Parrish. He's been their star all season long. Shining here again tonight. Pump fake. Incomplete. Pass intended for Rosser.
And that might have been a smart idea by Rosser to stop running because, boy, Mike Barta was coming. And he was coming with a full head of steam, too.
Running clock now on the incompletion at 5:30. Heritage in no real hurry. Outcome has not been in doubt for quite a while now. Parrish comes left. Cuts it up, makes his way out to the 23-yard line.
Tackled by number 19, Neil Barron, and number 38, Jack Merciel.
Boy, how about Javante Parrish's season, though? I mean, you look at these numbers he put up. Bruce, it's unreal. I mean, there's got to be some kind of record that he set this season.
Even if you just split them, 2,300 yards passing, almost 1,500 yards rushing. I mean, that's a career for either one of those stats, and to have them both together, I mean, that is area leading, district leading, region leading type of stuff for two different functions, two different positions basically as a pass falls incomplete.
It's almost, one could say, Robert Griffin III like.
No, you couldn't. Not yet. Come on. We're talking a high school kid here.
Hey, I'm talking about statistically. I didn't say, I'm talking statistics-wise, the numbers behind it.
So it's 4th down. Rosser on to punt once again. Daryl Gadsden, Tristan Miller deep. Rosser from the 15. This one turns over. Gadsden from the 33. Daryl Gadsden down the right side, left sideline. Inside the 40, stays inbound, still driving inside the 35-yard line. We'll see where he went out of bounds.
It'll be interesting to see where they spot this one. Just a large crowd of players over there on the far sideline. Couldn't really tell where he ended up.
Ended up at the 34. How's that?
That'll work.
Okay. 3:37 left to go, 4th quarter.
First down.
All right, now here is Briarwood's version of the single wing direct snap stuff. Went to Serenay. Serenay handing off Daryl Gadsden. Gadsden inside the 30. His first carry of the night. Clock running, 3:25 and counting.
That's a lot of stuff you saw back in 2010. You see here on the replay when Briarwoods won their championship, their first one back then. They ran a lot of that direct snap stuff with Michael Brownlee back there leading the show.
Briarwood's in no hurry. A lot of substitutes in there now. Dylan Blevins into the backfield. How about Cam Serenay? Now he's sort of technically playing the quarterback spot. How about that? Falcons letting the clock run down. 2:45. They're going to call a timeout, or are they just going to run the play and take the penalty? Falcons call timeout. This is like basketball to bring all the seniors out and put in the subs, right?
There you go.
Let the seniors take a bow.
All fans are prohibited from coming onto the field of play.
And you got to like the future of this Briar Woods program. I mean, Bruce, like you said, there's a lot of sophomores, a lot of juniors, and they got a strong freshman class this year too.
Now we're seeing out on the field now a lot of the seniors that don't get a lot of playing time. But you can't have a championship team in a program like this without guys that are willing to be the practice players, the guys that are on the scout teams that help the varsity and the starters prepare for their opponents. Those are the unsung heroes along the way on these teams. And now some of these seniors on the field for both teams now getting a chance here to finish this one out. Gadsden with the carry. Darrell headed left, breaking a couple of tackles, finally run down at the 25-yard line. But it takes a player at any level with a whole lot of character to be able to come out there and know that, hey, I'm probably never going to start and I'm going to get pounded in practice. But you know what? I'm going to be a part of this championship team, because if I'm not there to be the scout team, to be the one that gets beat up in practice, maybe these guys on the first team aren't as good as they are.
And that just speaks to the character of the guys that are in this program, or in any program for that matter.
Hunter Ford with the carry. He's swarmed under. Under 2 minutes left to go now. A lot of substitutions in there for both teams. Heritage doing the same thing, getting a lot of their seniors out on the field that might have gotten a lot of playing time. We see big 342-pound Jeff Gaylord on the field. He's just a junior. Andrew Griffin, he's a senior on that defensive line for Heritage. Been doing workhorse duty all night long, along with Shapiro Keeling. He's a senior. Made his presence known on the defensive line for Heritage. Clock running 1:20. 4th and 3. Direct snap, Brady Scott. His carry. Scott's going to be stopped short of first down yardage. Clock stopped 1:11 while they change possessions.
And they're just going to try and let this clock run as much as they can. And I would imagine Heritage is probably going to run the ball.
Further on down.
And not risk any kind of turnover.
Heritage football at the 26-yard line.
Clock stops on the change of possession. Line of scrimmage is the 21 for Heritage. They have it first down there. Joe Miller, the junior, checks in for Briar Woods on that defensive line. Javante Parrish on to finish things off in his senior campaign. Keep it, running left. Tripped up there by Neil Barron. Neil Barron, a junior on this Falcon team. We've called his name a few times throughout the course of the season.
And that's a guy who also is a playmaker. We've called his name before this season, but not as often as some of these seniors. But next year he's going to be able to step into a big role with the team.
Under 40. Parrish to Fitzgerald. Flea flicker deep down the sideline. Man at the 40, wide open on the flea flicker. Making the catch and taken out of bounds on the far sideline.
And that was a great
catch made by Perry Comer.
Look at this replay here. Swings to the right, the far side of the field. Fitzgerald just launches that thing. The second he looks up the field.
Look at the arm by Fitzgerald. Touchdown saving tackle made by Jeremy Bailey. Heritage calls timeout as they want to get a score on the board. And in this game, they'll say, hey, we put the last points on the board this evening, right? 21 seconds. Charlie Pierce, the defensive guru, head coach of these Briar Woods Falcons, has taken 2 schools to state championship games. Took the Parkview Patriots in 2000. Lost that game to Salem by 7. Has his Briar Woods Falcons 3 in a row. And counting with a young team. They graduate a lot of talent, do the Falcons, but they've got a lot of talent coming back. It's hard to replace some guys like Cam Serenay, Matt Rowland, Corey Calder, Daryl Gadsden. Parrish to throw. Rolling left. Sack back at the 40-yard line. Guess who got him? The freshman, Mark Birmingham. How's this for a freshman? 6'3", 205.
Yeah, you think he's got some growing to do? Goodness gracious.
Ball game. Not once, not twice. For the third year in a row, the Briar Woods Falcons are Virginia State football champions. Trifection. Wow. What do you say after this one? 52-0 over the Heritage Pride. Falcons extend their overall record to 42-3 in the last 45 games. 29 wins in a row. They go 15-0 this season. Went 14 in a row last season after losing game 1 of the season. They win their third straight Virginia State football championship. Doesn't get much sweeter than that.
I can say right now I'm a proud alum.
It's a team shake hands down on the sidelines. You look at now the Heritage. Heritage makes a trip, their third appearance in here into the state championship game. They won it in 2002, lost the game in 1997. But they set the tone here for future teams to come for Heritage to get back to this level once again. There's a reason that the Pioneers went 9-1 this season. They can play. They were just up against a buzzsaw and a team on a mission and some players led by Corey Calder on a mission for the past 2 weeks. The Briarwood Falcons not to be denied. Impressive. That sends a message across the state of Virginia, does it not, my friend?
And 5A next year is going to be awful deep with some loaded teams. You think about it, Stonebridge, they win the state championship in 07. Broad Run wins it 08, 09. Briarwoods 10, 11, and 12. A lot of successful programs from Ashburn that are going to be in 5A next year.
6 in a row state championships for Little Ashburn, Virginia in Loudoun County. Count them backwards. Briar Woods, the last 3 Division IV state titles. Broad Run Spartans, the last 2 Division state titles prior to that. The year before that, the Stonebridge Bulldogs win the state championship in Division V. Dominance, baby. Can you say dynasty? Can you imagine if they put an all-star team together from Ashburn?
Oh, my goodness.
They win every level. No team would score on it. All right, partner. Players of the game here while they set up for the awards presentation.
You know, I got to say, for Briar Woods, I've got to go with Corey Calder again. I mean, he averaged, I believe, around 7 yards a carry. At the end of the third quarter, I don't have the final stats yet, but at the end of the third quarter, he was already at 148 yards, Bruce. That's ridiculous. Got to give it to Corey Calder.
Add that on to his 200 and some last week. What a performance. What a way to close out your senior career. And he's been banged up all year long, coming back week in and week out, getting it done. How about Tristan Miller, though? The young man here with the kick return, doing yeoman's work all season long. Not getting a whole lot of touches, but he returns one. Cam Serenay, what a game he had. And Trace McSorley, it's easy to overlook the quarterback in this situation simply because the young man gets it done week in and week out, now year in and year out. Can you imagine that? How'd you like to be Trace McSorley's parents and come home and have to explain defeat and explain how do you handle adversity? And he says, Dad, I got 3 state championships since my freshman year. I'm 42-3 in my career.
That is not a young man that is familiar with or will probably not be familiar with losing. I mean, ever since he joined the program as a freshman, it's been state championship, state championship, state championship. The young man knows how to win football games.
For Lynchburg, Heritage of Lynchburg, player of the game. Want me to do it? You got one.
I'm going to toss it over to you, partner.
I'm going with Antoine Comer, played very well on defense, played well on offense, got a bunch of carries, had that huge kick return back when the game was still in the balance, put his team in a position. Had they been able to capitalize on that field position after that 60-yard return, who knows what might have happened at that point.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more, Bruce. I mean, that's a guy who made big plays against a big team.
For my partner, Taylor Jensen, everybody else on the crew, everybody at Heritage High School, we thank you, or Heritage High School, everybody here at Liberty University, we thank you so much for all the hospitality and getting us set up. We're going to turn it over now to the PA announcer as they're into the awards presentation, first with Heritage, their runner-up awards, then with Briarwoods and their championship award. Once again, in the Virginia State Division V football champions, the Briarwood Falcons make it 3 in a row as they win over the Heritage Pioneers 52-0. Falcons 3 in a row and still counting. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Enjoy basketball season and happy holidays.
Number 16, Dolito Rivera. Number 19, Ashante Rosser. Number 20, Cameron Harsley. Number 21, Sherrod McRae. Number 22, Caleb Johnson. Number 23, Antoine Comer. Number 24, Jalen Martin. Number 25, Kalen Smith. Number 26, Keurig London. Number 27, George Blair. Number 28, Cameron Johnson. Number 30, Ryan Sullivan. Number 32, Tyron Tracy. Number 33, Delanye Rucker. Number 34, Kieran Phelps. Number 35, Frankie Hickson. Number 36, Ryshem Lane. Number 40, Brian Penalva. Number 44, Isaiah Shelby. Number 50, Jocelyn Huckabee. Number 51, Andrew Griffin. Number 52, Shapiro Killing. Number 53, Yusuf Poindexter. Number 54, Leonard Vaughn. Number 55, Jonathan Meadows. Number 56, Jermaine Sales. Number 58, Daniel Brooker. Number 59, Javon Reveille. Number 62, Jordan Ferguson. Number 65, Patrick Ayer. Number 68, Daniel Link. Number 72, Jeff Gaylord. Number 78, DeAdrian Wilson Dungy. Number 80, Quentin Massey. Number 82, Tarek Penn. Number 85, David Pulse. And number 89, John Jefferson. The head coach of the Heritage High School Pioneers is Brad Bradley. Congratulations once again to Heritage High School for this outstanding year. They are presented with the Group AA Division IV runner-up medals and trophy by VHSL Deputy Director Tom Zamorsky. Assisted by Heritage High School Principal Tim Beatty and Athletic Director Mark Storm. Congratulations once again, Heritage High School. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we congratulate the Division IV Region 2 state champions, Briar Woods Falcons. Starting with number 1, Mitch Crispolucci. Number 3, Mike Barta. Number 4, Cam Serenay. Number 5, Daryl Gadsden. Number 6, Corey Colder. Number 7, Trace McSorley. Number 8, Jonathan Rosa. Number 9, Matt Rowland. Number 10, Brandon Polk. Number 11, Devin Ramos. Number 12, Jake Maffey. Number 13, Jeremy Bailey. Number 14, Christian Campbell. Number 15, Tristan Miller. Number 16, Seth Firestone. Number 17, Ronald Cuffey Jr. Number 18, Anthony Carino. Number 19, Neil Barron. Number 20, Connor Botcher. Number 21, Melvin Holland Jr. Number 22, Hunter Ford. Number 23, Chase Stanga. Number 24, Nick LaFranchi. Number 25, Kristen Carter. Number 26, Anthony Martinez. Number 27, Dylan Blevins. Number 29, Chris McMillan. Number 30, Riley Cannon. Number 31, Sean Little. Number 32, JT Logan. Number 33, Jack Knight. Number 34, Dylan Bowie. Number 36, Brady Scott. Number 37, John Carl. Number 38, Jack Merciel. Number 39, Sam Devonshire. Number 41, Anthony Page. Number 42, BJ Henson. Number 43, Josh Colangelo. Number 44, Brandon Romero. Number 45, Chris Larco. Number 46, Jordan Henson. Number 47, Christopher Motley. Number 49, Brandon Barksdale. Number 50, Brian McKelvey. Number 51, Matt Cannon. Number 52, Brian Capazzoli. Number 54, Brandon Presnuk. Number 55, Jared Coker. Number 56, Joe Miller. Number 57, Matt Wolcott. Number 58, Chris Derrickson. Number 59, Tushar Dehenza. Number 60, Josh Jacob. Number 63, Joe Abuhala. Number 65, Ty Abbas. Number 66, Trey Germany. Number 67, Terrell Ramey. Number 68, Nick Murley. Number 70, Robert Garcia. Number 71, John Hirsch. Number 76, TJ Enoch. Number Number 77, Eric Dicey. Number 78, Jake Serenay. Number 80, Ryan Rutkowski. Number 87, Mark Birmingham. And number 98, Tyquil Johnson. Congratulations to Briar Woods High School for an outstanding season, presenting the VHSL Group AA Division IV Championship medals and trophy. VHSL Deputy Director Tom Zamorsky, assisted by Briar Woods High School, Ed Starzinski, and Athletic Director Jerry Carter. Today's Group AA Division IV Championship game is an athletic showcase for Virginia's talented young people. It is also a showcase for the lessons they have learned about sportsmanship and respect for each other. Please celebrate the talent that brought these students here today and the sportsmanship that honors opponents. The Virginia High School League wishes to thank you for your support of interscholastic activities, and we hope you will continue to support your school's athletic and academic activities. We wish you a safe journey home. Thank you for attending today's games.